What's up guys, it's Paul from Guitar World. Now, historically, I've always used an uncoated string on all my guitars because they sound great, and why fix something that isn't broken? But lately, I've been dabbling with some coated strings, Elixir strings specifically, and I gotta say, in the past few months of using them, I've been really digging them. And one thing I've noticed is that these particular strings last a long time tonally. And what I've done here is I've sort of picked their three coated strings here, and I've paired them with a few of my guitars here so you can hear how each string is best suited for the type of style of music that I play with the guitar or the guitar itself. Now, it may work for me, but it may not work for you, but I strongly urge you to go out and try a coated string. You'll be surprised at the results. But I'm going to let you hear how these strings sound. I play in a number of bands, and one of the bands happens to be a country band, so of course I'm going to use a Tele. Now, I've strung this guitar with Elixir OptiWebs, or the OptiWeb coating, and it has a real natural feel. There's a certain crispness to the tone, and it's also balanced. I don't need it to be bright, because one of the other strings happens to have more of a brighter sound, which I've used on a different guitar. But this one has more of a crisper sound, it's balanced, it sounds great, and it really pops. Let's hear it. Occasionally I do a few blues gigs, and with that I also use a 335 style guitar. And for that I love using the polyweb coating from Elixir on this particular guitar. It's great because I find it to be a warmer tone. It's a great all-around string, and also the feel of it is great because it's a real elastic feel. It feels fast, and of course the tone lasts a really long time on this particular string. So let's take a listen to that. Finally, with my beloved Les Paul here, when I am slinging it out in clubs playing AC/DC covers and a lot of rock, I like to string this Les Paul with the NanoWeb coating from Elixir. And I like this coating because, for this guitar, because of the fact that this is a real mid-range heavy guitar, and it's also really dark. So the NanoWeb has a bit more of a brightness to it, so it gives this a little bit of life. And it also has a real smooth feel. So it's a great string if you have a dark guitar or you need to bring out some of the higher frequencies. Let's take a listen. you just heard the differences between the OptiWeb, PolyWeb, and NanoWeb string coatings from Elixir. Now obviously, you won't be able to tell the feel of these strings without actually going out and trying them for yourself. But hopefully you heard the nuances between each of these string sets and how they paired with my guitars. Now what works for me may not work for you. Maybe you want a brighter sound for your Tele. But either way, the most important thing to remember is that these strings have a really long tonal life and are extremely consistent. And that in itself is worth it. Definitely give these a shot.